Hey guys, today I want to talk about business planning when you're in a low capacity season of life. I think this is a really important conversation for us to have. The reality of being a human and running a business is that it is not always going to be up and up. Your business is not always going to grow and grow every month. All businesses pretty much go up and down. We have high months and low months, high weeks and low weeks, high years and low years, high quarters, low years. Most businesses fluctuate, right? So you have that aspect of it. On the other side, we're also humans running these businesses, and our human capacity and ability of what we're able to do and what our goals are, where we want to focus, all of that stuff changes. Our physical health changes, our mental health changes, and our capacity changes, right? No one operates at 100% capacity 100% of the time. And so what I've been seeing with clients is they are going into tough seasons of life, right? They might have been coming out of a really great season. They're rocking and rolling. They come in the mastermind. Their business is growing. They're excited. And we love that. That's a very exciting time, right? But now maybe they have mental health issues or physical health issues or whatever is going on where the business is not the priority anymore. And so what I did with them and what I want to walk you guys through today is to just make a really clean plan that this is going to be either a non section of growth for the next 90 days. We're not going to actually grow the business. We're just going to maintain what we have, right? So with one client, we just made a plan for how she can easily email her list every week. And that's all she's going to do the rest of the 90 days so that she can turn her energy and focus on this other area of life that she needs to focus on right now, right? So you want to think about, is this going to be a non-growth season? And what does that mean to you? Like, what do you have to do to just maintain what you kind of already have right now? One of the things I see entrepreneurs kind of trip up on is they think you have to push and push, right, to get the leads coming in and then to get the sales coming in. And so they do this big effort of energy. But once you have those systems built, right, especially if you're building it based on our system where you build out an actual process, it takes less and less energy to run. But people are scared to take their foot off the gas because they're like, well, if I stop, it's all going to go away. And what usually happens is it doesn't fall all the way down. Most of the time, it'll slow down maybe a little bit. Like maybe your sales will go down maybe a little bit, but it's not even sometimes, right? Sometimes it's very easy to maintain what you have, right? And so there's kind of different seasons. There's the season of growth where we're pushing and we're growing and we're trying to get more leads in and we're maybe making new products and learning new nurture stuff, learning new skills. There's like big growth seasons. And then there's like sustained seasons where we're just sustaining what we have, right? And I think it's important for us all to know what is kind of the least I could do and sustain what I've already built. Because the reality of being humans in a human body is that people get sick. People that you love are going to die. You're going to have health problems. We have mental health problems. We have hormones. We have people that we love have all this stuff too. Like there's so many different circumstances we're going to have to walk through in life. I think you're going to run a business and it's just going to be in a growth season 100% of the time. For most of us, especially if you're a solopreneur, it's just very unrealistic. And then what happens is we have this unrealistic expectation of like every season is going to be a growth season. I'm always going to be pushing. I'm always going to be growing. We're always going to be expanding. And then that is just not sustainable because that's not how human experiences work. There's human experiences where we have lots of energy and we have lots of inspiration and we have lots of output. And there's human experiences where we need to rest and we need to focus on other things. And that's true for everybody, right? Everybody's capacity goes up and down. And so we have to have a realistic expectation of ourselves that there are going to be seasons where it's growth time and you want to push yourself and you want to focus on that and you want that challenge. And you need to be realistic about the fact that it's not going to be all the time, right? And so thinking about the next 90 days, are we in a growth season? Are we in a maintain season? And then I even have some people that are like, I just need to walk away from this thing. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I need to go do something else. This has been taking a lot of time and money. I don't know if I want to continue. And these are important things to ask yourself, right? I'm not scared about you guys asking yourself those questions. I think it's important to really think about, do I want to invest a lot of time and money into a resource that is a risk? Business is a risk, right? There's nothing guaranteed about it. So thinking about, does my nervous system have the capacity to be investing time and money into a risky investment right now? Does my bank account have the capacity? Does my family, like, that I'm taking time away from, do those relationships have the capacity to withstand that? And the answer might be, maybe we need to change how you're doing things. The answer might be that you want to go do something else. The answer might be that you want to take a break, right? One of the things I tell people a lot when they're like, I think I might want to quit. I'm like, yeah, that might be what you want to do. And it might be the best decision for you. Why don't we try it for 45 days? Why don't we try it for 90 days? Why don't you step out and see how you really feel? And usually what I see happen is either they come back and they're like, oh, I have so much clarity about what I do want to do and how I actually want to grow and what I actually want to do. Or they're like, yeah, that was the right thing. I don't want anything to do with that. Feel so much better now that I'm not doing it. But they get a lot of clarity from that, right? But you have to be willing to take those steps away, which can be very uncomfortable. I think the reality for a lot of us is it's a lot more comfortable to just stay pushing and trying to grow and try to stay in that growth season all the time and tell ourselves we're never going to take the foot off the gas. I think that can feel really comforting. I think making a clean decision about I'm not going to actually grow for the next 90 days. I'm just going to send my email list an email and that's it. That's all I'm doing. I think that decision can be really uncomfortable for some people, right? But you got to watch what you're making that mean. So why would that be uncomfortable? It's uncomfortable because we tell ourselves, if I take a step away, I'll never grow. If I take a step away, I'll never be successful. If we take a step away, I'll never have what I want. And it's like, well, this all becomes very loaded, right? Instead of being like, yeah, my capacity goes up and down. And sometimes we're going to be in a growth season and sometimes we're not. All of a sudden we have all these painful loaded stories that are like, if I stop pushing and if I stop trying really hard and if I stop doing everything I can, it'll never work. I'll never be successful. I'll never make any money. Could that be true? Maybe, right? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a psychic and I'm sure as hell not God, right? So I don't know. Could it be true? Maybe. But there's a lot of other things that could be true too, right? And what I see all the time is entrepreneurs are able to get leverage and work less and actually make more money and grow their business faster. Something that has been really interesting to me coaching is I'll see people all the time that are like, I want to quit my job and go all in on my business, right? And then they quit their job and they have all this time, but they still produce at the same level they were producing before. So the time, more time doesn't actually make them produce more outcome, produce more results. Typically, they make the same amount of money, they're getting the same amount of leads, all that stuff stays pretty consistent. They're still doing their same skill sets. So it's just always been really clear to me seeing that more time does not equal faster business growth, does not equal more money. And so what does then, right? Like what does equal growth if it's not more time, which our brain loves to tell us, right? I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time, right? But it's just not true. I think what does do it is actually the focus, right? To find the leverage to be forced to pick a focus, to be forced to be specific, right? If you don't have a lot of time, you can't like dabble on all the platforms. You can't like dabble in all the content. You can't dabble in all the it's like you really have to zero in and pick, right? Which our brains don't like specificity because it requires a high decision-making process, lots of decision-making to be very specific, right? So they don't love specificity. Being very broad requires like very little discomfort, right? Being specific, this is why people hate niching down. Being specific feels really uncomfortable to us as human beings in our brains most of the time. And so you're required to get specific, pick your niche, pick your product, pick your platform, and really focus on those things. And I think that constraint gives people momentum more than time. I think time allows people to be very unconstrained and dabble around a lot and typically create pretty minimal results. There's exceptions to every rule, right? But this is generally after coaching hundreds of people for 7+ years. These are things I see really consistently. And so I wanted to just leave you guys with that because I want you to know that just because you're taking time away or you're deciding to scale things back, usually what I see is that makes people get very focused. It makes people get very constrained and it actually ends up speeding them up in the long run because they don't have the luxury of just dabbling around all the time and being undecisive. And it's like they've got to really pick and focus on something and go. They don't have time to mess around, right? And that constraint can give people momentum. This is something I'll have clients do sometimes. I'll say, take your work schedule and cut it in half. And the reason I do that is because of that, right? Because when people feel really scattered and all over and they're like, I'm working all the time, I'm not getting any results. I'm like, stop doing that. Like, if you continue to allow yourself to just work all the time and not get any results, you're going to keep creating that same outcome, which we don't love, right? So I'm like, okay, you get 2 hours a day. Really think about what's going to actually get results. What do I need to focus on? When you only have an hour a day, 2 hours a day, so however many hours a week, you have to make those decisions. You have to think about it. When you just let yourself work unlimited hours, you never have to make those decisions, right? And so I just want you guys to know it's safe to go into a non-growth season. It's safe to cut your hours back. It's safe to take things off your plate. And that doesn't necessarily mean slower growth. It doesn't necessarily mean you can't have what you want. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to figure out a better, more efficient way to do it. Human beings are very innovative. Think about all of the ways you've innovated in your life. When you put those constraints on and you're like, actually, I'm cutting my hours in half, or actually, I'm only working this amount, right? When you put those constraints there, you might be surprised at the results you're able to create because you'll get very innovative, right? You'll get very focused because you have to, right? Because those constraints are there where they weren't before. So all this to say, when you're making your 90-day plan, really think honestly with yourself about what season of life are you in. Sometimes it's fun and good for us to have lots of time and lots of spacious room and to learn things and indulge in different areas of the business. And like that can be really good, right? And I think there can also be good that comes with tough seasons of life that require your attention to not be on the business all the time. I think a lot of really important skills that we have to learn as entrepreneurs come during those times, right? If you never learn how to build a business with time restraint, if you only know how to make money when you're feeling good and you have lots of time and you have lots of energy, it is only a matter of time before the wheels fall off the bus. That business is unsustainable. You have to be able to know I can literally stop doing all of this and just focus on this. And I know I can make X amount of money. It's the only way to be sustainable, right? Like otherwise, you are setting yourself up for a fantasy world that doesn't exist, where you're never sick, you have lots of time and lots of energy, which we all know is just never going to happen. So thinking about, are you in a growth period? What do you want that to feel like? What do you want to focus on, right? I was coaching someone the other day and she was talking about, I want to crafter. So she's like, I want to craft with my kids and shoot my videos with the family around this summer. And I want it to feel, very connected with my family and my kids and my art. And I was like, that's such a good vibe, right? And she's in a growth season. So not all growth season doesn't have to feel bad all the time either. Like, is there discomfort in all of these seasons? Certainly. Right. But I think it's worth thinking about, what do I want that to feel like? So you could be in a growth season. You can be in a non-growth season. I'm just going to maintain what I have. What does it take for me to maintain what I have? To maintain the income and the sales that you have, to maintain the lead gen that you're having, maintain the nurture and the connection you're having with the community. What does it take to maintain that? What's the easiest way for you to maintain that? These are just good questions to ask yourself in general if you want to have a business that lasts any length of time. And then maybe it's even like taking a break, right? So there can be growth, there can be kind of maintaining, but there can also be like taking time off, stepping away, asking yourself some really hard questions about, is this how I want to spend my time and money? Do I want to keep doing this? You should never be scared to ask yourself that. Like, we all have to be able to look ourselves in the mirror and say, do I want to keep doing this? Otherwise, what will happen is it'll rattle around back there in the back of your brain, just leaking energy all the time. And it sounds like your brain kind of being like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I don't even know if I want to do this. Maybe I should do something else, right? You're just going to be thinking that all the time while you're working on your business. And I think that's actually what creates burnout, right? It takes so much effort to get action and to get things done and to get momentum and to get moving when you have all that stuff rattling around in your brain. So when I coach people, I literally make them decide. I'm like, you need to decide right now. Do you want to do it or not? Like, make a decision. And sometimes it's like, I want to try for 90 more days, or I want to try till the end of the year. And sometimes it's like, no, I need a break. I don't want to. And there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong answer to any of this, right? Like, you get to decide, and whatever you decide is right for you, right? I always think like, you guys are the experts in your life and your business, not me, not any other guru on the internet. I'm always like, I don't care how much money they've made. You know better than anybody else what's right for you and your family and your life and your business and your customers. No one knows better than you. It's impossible. right? So if you're the expert in your business and in your life, what are the next steps for you? And it's safe for you to trust yourself to make those decisions. It's safe for you to walk away and step away if you need to. It's safe for you to go in maintenance. And if you're going into a growth season, it's safe for you to find ways to really love it and relish in it and have a lot of fun. And just know like it won't always be a growth season. Someday you're going to have to step out and slow down. I had to do this recently in my business. It felt really bad, right? I would love to be in a growth season where I'm excited and building and doing all this stuff. I'm not. I'm in a maintenance season where I have to take care of my health and some other things. And I have disappointment about that, right? I have disappointment about that. It's okay to be disappointed as an entrepreneur, by the way. I think it's totally fine. Right? There's going to be lots of things I'm disappointed about in the future. There's going to be lots of things you're disappointed about in the future. It's all good, right? We can let the disappointment be there. But I just want you guys to know that will happen for you too, where you have to step out and you might be disappointed about it. So if you are in a growth season, I think the challenge is like, how do you really love it? Like, how do you really find some real joy and appreciation for the fact that you get the luxury of focusing on something that is risky, right? Something that's a little indulgent, something that's not guaranteed. Like, these are all luxuries that a lot of people historically have never had. I'm always like, women weren't even allowed to start businesses till not that long ago. So there's historically lots of people that never were allowed, afforded the luxury to have. And then lots of people now that can't, right? Because they can't afford the risk. They can't afford the time risk. They can't afford the money risk. And all businesses, I don't care what anybody tells you, all businesses require time and money invested to some extent, right? Different amounts for different businesses. Certainly that number can look very different, but they all require some time and some money, and there's no guarantee on any of it. So it is a risky investment. And just to think like, look at me, like I'm such a badass. I'm out here. I have time and money to risk. How friggin' lucky am I to put my ass on the line and really see if I can do it and really try at something, right? And see if I get the results. And I think that's the challenge for the growth time is like, can you keep your mindset in that space where even when you're working hard and you're tired and maybe you're annoyed and the business is never going to grow as fast as we want. Let's be honest. I see it all the time. I don't know anybody I think that is just like, yeah, my business is growing so fast. I'm so happy. It's like, even when your business is growing fast, you just want it to go faster. When your business is slow, you just want it to be faster. When your business is neutral, you just want it to be faster. You just always want it to be faster, right? So it's like, when you want it to be faster, how do you love it, right? And how do you find joy in that, even though it's not growing as fast as you want? I think that's the challenge when you're in the growth time. So each of these levels has their own challenges. You're going to learn your own unique skills, and they're all important to go through as entrepreneurs. So I just want you to know it's safe for you to take some time away. It's safe for you to slow down if you need to. It's safe for you to go all in and love it. Like you get to make the decision that's right for you. And it doesn't mean that your business is going to fall apart and you can't be successful and all that stuff. That's just your brain telling stories. Okay. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will talk to you soon.